Sin by cos x, again in the denominator it's cos came, like similar like a secant x, so denominator should not be equals to 0. That's the reason the domain of the natural graph of tan x is also same as it is secant x. So all the real numbers except x is not equals to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. So in the cos pi by 2, cos 3 pi by 2, the value will come 0. That's the reason all the real numbers except x should not be equals to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. And the range will come here, all the real numbers. All the real numbers. Now see here, all the real numbers. In the previous secant and cosecant inverse, it will showing the gap in between -1 to 1, but it's coming all the real numbers. Okay, so now we have to take the restricted domain. Restricted domain, it's minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, because in the minus pi by 2 for the different inputs we have the different outputs, so we have to take here minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Again the range will come all the real numbers here. So the tan inverse x is domain is all the real numbers, and the range is here minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, open bracket. Why open bracket means, see, it's not touching to the pi by 2 and minus pi by 2, it's a gap. Next, cot x is also same as it is, but it is the definition of in terms of cos and secant means it will become cos x divided by sin x. The denominator is here sin x. Like so, the domain it will come like cosecant x only as it is. So all the real numbers except x should not be equals to n pi. The range will become here also all the real numbers. Here. The range will become all the real numbers here. Now you have to select here restricted domain. So you have to take, if you take minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. It will come minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 also, but better be in the for 0 to pi also it comes. So we have to take here 0 to pi. For the different input we have the different outputs, so it will become a 1 function, so inverse will exist. So 0 to pi here. So the range will come R, all the real numbers will come. So cot inverse x domain will become here real numbers, and the range will become 0 to pi, open bracket 0 to pi, because the graph is not touching to the here 0 to pi. Pi is also it's not touching, for 0 also it's not touching. That's why. And what is the cot inverse x graph means? This is the cot inverse x graph. Okay, just understanding purpose I explained everything, but if you remember this much, it's enough. Okay, sin inverse x domain and the ranges. Domain is -1, the close bracket -1 to 1, it's a minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Cos inverse x is the domain of the sin inverse x and cos inverse x is the same, and the cosecant inverse secant inverse x is same, tan inverse x and cot inverse x is domain is same, and the ranges are different here, you need to remember here. And the ranges of the sin inverse and the cosecant inverse x same, but here in the cosecant inverse we need to do the -0, and the secant inverse and the cos inverse same, but in the secant inverse you have to do the minus of pi by 2, and the range of tan inverse x and sin inverse x is same, but the thing is here close bracket, but here the open bracket, and the cos inverse x range and the cot inverse x range is same, but the thing is here close bracket, here the open bracket. Okay, just the range will come minus sin and cosecant and tan, it will come in between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 only. Here close bracket, in the tan inverse it's open bracket, and cosecant inverse x is minus of 0. You need to remember like this. And the range of the cos and the secant and the cot, it will come 0 to pi. The thing is for the cos it's a close bracket, and the cot is the open bracket, and the secant we have to do the minus pi by 2, minus pi by 2. And the real number, see here, tan inverse, cot inverse domain is all the real numbers will come. For the cosecant secant also all the real numbers will come, except minus of the open bracket -1 to 1, here also -1 to 1. And the domain of the sin inverse and cos inverse is close bracket -1 to 1. Okay, just you write it on 3 to 4 times.